Today I'm sharing the 11 essential tools for 3D printing that I couldn't live without. From getting that first layer to stick perfectly, over keeping your printer working flawlessly, to just making your life easier. In all honesty, I really hope you already have a bunch of these, because otherwise things would get really hard to even do anything. But maybe there's that one thing in there that really makes life easier for you. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing on the list is a deburring tool. Really early on in my 3D printing journey, I saw this video by Zach Friedman and really took it to heart.
If you clean up your prints with a knife, sooner or later, you will have a medical emergency. Get a deburring tool.
And honestly, I think this is a really great tool. It helps you clean up edges from printing, especially if you're using a brim for extra adhesion to the build plate, and it just works really nicely. If I think about doing the same thing with a knife, not only would it be so much less safe, it would also be a lot more work. The thing is, with a knife, you can really easily just cut into the print badly, and with the deburring tool that's pretty much meant for this job, it just goes a lot easier, nicer, and cleaner. Personally, I just got a really cheap one off Amazon, and it works super nicely and came with a lot of extra blades, I'll just call them, and so far I haven't needed to switch it once, so I think this thing will just last me forever. The next thing on the list, and this was honestly kind of a surprise to me that it ranked this high for me, but it's liquid build plate glue. For the longest time 3D printing, I never used any kind of glue. Honestly, I thought things were going really well for me and I didn't really need it. Of course, there's a lot of filaments where you actually do need it to get your print off the print plate without damaging it, and there, of course, you should always use it. But I print a lot of PLA and I thought, hey, I have a textured build plate, I don't really need that, right? And so I never really did use it. But then, pretty much just for fun, I got the Bambu Lab build plate glue and tried it on 2 or 3 of my printers, and honestly, it's been a game changer. Where before a couple of prints used to fail due to bed adhesion just failing, since I did this once, and I just applied it once, and it's been going really, really well for I think 2 or 3 weeks now. You know, you might not even realize you have a problem when things are failing every now and then. You might just think, hey, it's what happens normally. But honestly, it's become so much better since I applied it, and I've been using it since then. Personally, I really love the Bambu liquid build plate glue, but there is other stuff out there that's great as well. Another benefit with the glue is that it helps reduce warping on the edges because the build plate adhesion is so much better. This is super nice on really big and flat parts. The next really important tool is a good bed scraper. And I think generally there are 2 schools of thought here. You either get a metal one or you get a plastic one. Personally, I definitely choose to stay with the plastic ones because there's very little chance I'll damage my build plate with that. I really like printing my own one because I can just make replacement blades and just switch that out whenever I need to. Still, I found that the one that Creality put in the box with it was actually a lot more durable and really nice, but the edge wasn't as sharp, so it really depends. Personally, I use the printed ones, and you know, it doesn't take much filament and it'll be a great help. The next thing on the list is having some good pliers and cutters. Both of these tools are essential in my mind for a different reason. A cutter is fairly self-explanatory. The nice thing is most printers come with one so you can cut off your filament cleanly. I personally also have a pair of more heavy-duty cutters, which are nice if you have to trim some excess on a 3D print. Pliers are definitely just as important, and I can really recommend getting a couple different ones depending on the job you're trying to do. Most of the time I use them to remove support filament, and they're great at that. I have a couple of standard pliers that are good if you have to rip off a lot of support and you know you need a lot of strength. But also I definitely love these needle nose pliers. They're a lot smaller and more intricate, so if you want to get into a tiny place, then these are definitely the way to go. You can even get a bunch of different ones, smaller ones and curved ones, that will definitely help as well. These are also great if you want to maybe, I don't know, switch a hot end that's still kind of hot, or doing any kind of repairs or assembly, so it's definitely good to have a couple different ones here. Next on the list is the thing that I just warned you about. It's a scalpel knife. This is the kind of tool I use when I need something really sharp. For example, when I was trying to cut PTFE tubes for a build, then I used this as to not crush the PTFE tubes. I just needed the sharpest thing, and this is where these are great. Also, since they're really small, they're good to get into really small, hard to reach places. And if you have a print where your tolerances are just a little bit off, then these are the things that I use to shave off just a little bit of that print. But always beware they are sharp and they will cut you. That's one advice I'll also give you. I religiously put the cap back on after I use it because I really don't want to end up in the hospital. Whenever you're done just 3D printing other people's designs and you want to make and 3D model your own things, calipers are exactly what you need. These are super important to accurately measure things in the real world that you want to build or build around. And personally, you got the digital version because that just feels easier to me. I opted for a fairly cheap pair, and I know that these might not be 100% accurate, but eventually I might just invest in a really, really good one where I know that it's actually perfectly precise. When it comes to cleaning your 3D printer, isopropyl alcohol and a microfiber cloth are your best friends. I'm not a person that religiously cleans their build plate after every print, but as soon as you start having adhesion issues or you can see that it gets really dirty and grimy, then you should definitely clean it. There's some debate whether isopropyl alcohol or dish soap and just water are the best thing to clean your bed. Honestly, either way, as long as you clean it well, I think you'll do great. The next thing I want to recommend are more traditional tools. I actually got the LTT screwdriver and really love the thing. Shout out to Linus, it was expensive, but it was really worth it. Whenever you're assembling or disassembling your 3D printer, doing any repairs, or even building projects yourself, something like this comes in super handy. I also really love that it ratchets because it makes just screwing in parts a lot easier and faster. So it might be a little more pricey in the beginning, but long term it's definitely going to pay off to invest in something good here. Also, in terms of my Allen keys, I have the Vera set, which I think first of all looks really good, which is always a plus, but also these are really high quality and I love them. With the Allen keys, I also love that they're a little rounded off at the end, so you can use them at an angle, which gives you a lot more freedom and really helps out in so many situations. Once your filament collection grows, you might also want to invest in some vacuum bags. These are really essential in keeping your filaments dry when you don't use them. So normally after use, I put my filament in a bag. If you have, you can even put some desiccant in and then seal it. Ideally, if you have something like that, you can have bags where you can attach a vacuum pump and then pump out all the air. But honestly, I think that's optional and I don't do that all the time. Also because different filaments absorb different amounts of water, it's definitely more important, for example, to take care of TPU because this gets bad really quickly, whereas with PLA you can be a little more lenient. Since I did have some trouble in the past with filaments getting wet and not printing well anymore, I take this pretty seriously now, and yeah, I can only recommend you do as well. One thing you don't need very often, but if you do, it's a lifesaver, is a wire brush. I use a wire brush to clean nozzles when filament sticks to them. This is really important if you do it every now and then, because once filament sticks to them, you have the chance of more filament sticking to that and eventually causing a blob, which is something you really don't want. Trust me, I've done it. In general, these brushes are really cheap, so it's good to have one laying around. When you buy it, it's really important to make sure you're getting a brass wire brush though. Because brass is fairly soft, you have a lot less risk of actually scratching or damaging your nozzle. The last tool is more of a category and it's pretty individual. I would definitely recommend getting some printer-specific tools. These might either be bought or 3D printed yourself. For myself, for example, with this X1C, I printed a bunch of tools that only apply to that, like an AMS disconnector or the hot end disconnect tools, which really make my life a lot easier. So when you have a printer, and especially if you're running into problems with something, maybe just search on whatever Thingiverse, printables, things, and check if you can find specific tools for your printer that actually make your life a lot easier. Alright, that's it from me for this video, and I really hope there was something helpful for you in there. Did you already have all the tools, or was there something that really made a difference for you? Let me know in the comments down below, and also in the description you can find all the links to the products if you want to buy something yourself. Also, I'm really interested, did I forget something? Is there a tool that you think is just the most essential thing and that was missing from this list? Let me know in the comments. I'm definitely still open to learn, and yeah, maybe there will be a follow-up video to this, so just let me know in the comments down below. And lastly, if you like improving your 3D printing experience, besides these tools, a lot of things can be improved in the slicer. I made a beginner video on how to improve your slicing experience and also save a lot of time and filament. I think it's more of an 80-20 rule video where with little changes you can do a lot. So if you're interested in that, check out the video, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Bye.